All right.
Continuation.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So where'd we end off at?
We were talking about how you didn't think it was a big deal. I just want to
I
specify.
didn't say it wasn't
All
a
right.
big deal.
I just want to watching that happen. Like at first when I turned it on, I was like, oh, like I didn't have a feeling about it at all. But then the more I watched, I started to get a little angry. I hadn't felt that way. There's been 2 points in my life that I felt oddly upset about that. And that was September 11th and that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the Nazi slowly stabs the dude with the knife because that one dude was too much of a pussy to shoot him in the start.
He just sat there and listened.
As a kid, when I first saw that scene, I wanted to kill some fucking Nazis. It was the weirdest feeling. I'd never felt that anger before.
That's good.
But that's good. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But the slow knife in and then September 11th is the only times I've ever been oddly angry.
2 propaganda videos.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding.
We don't have enough time to destroy you on that.
You're going to destroy me on that? Non-best friend? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
All right. We'll save that for another episode.
We'll save it for another episode.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Building 7. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. No, I wasn't saying it was. I said it wasn't a big deal that they sat at Nancy Pelosi's desk. Because, I mean...
even if you were invited to her office and then you're like, hey, bitch, you just sat in her chair and popped your feet up, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's the whole...
You just...
That was the...
It's like...
That was their line of...
Yeah.
It was disrespectful.
Yeah, that was their plan. But you're saying that it wasn't.
It could have been a lot worse.
But their plan was, they could have taken a shit on them. But I mean...
Yeah. Or caught her office on fire, or a lot of things.
Yeah, but you just can't say, oh, it could have been worse. You have to take it for what it was, which was fucking...
disrespectful.
We made it full circle.
Yeah.
You agree with me now.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't.
Okay.
I just said it wasn't that bad. That's all I said. I didn't say it wasn't disrespectful. It's really disrespectful.
You just didn't think it was that disrespectful then?
No, I didn't I didn't think it was if that's if that's the worst, if that's what happened, okay, fine. Can we move past it? Nobody got hurt.
No, but you can't move past it because of what it was. You know what I mean? It's not like you fell and scraped your knee. It was an accident. It's this was even if it was spur of the moment, people got hyped up in a mob mentality and decided to storm, which happens. I mean, it does. I mean, doesn't make it right, but that's how humans are. Humans are weird, and when they're around a lot of people, it's a weird mentality. And they stormed. It's still not right, and they still it's so disrespectful. It's not good. It is a big deal.
Right.
That's our capital. That's our beacon, and you're just you think it's cool to climb it and sit in people's seats that are for our people that we as people have chosen to represent us. And you're just going to be
regardless of
fuck all democracy,
regardless of what party you belong to. Yeah, that's the thing.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's disrespectful to all parties. To us as a whole, as Americans, it's disrespectful. That's what America stands for, is our capital, where our representatives are, where our Senate is. It's that's important to us. And you're just no, it doesn't matter.
I didn't say it didn't.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about all the people who stormed it. Okay. They're it doesn't matter. We all care about Trump. It's we have 3 for a reason. We have Trump, we have the Supreme Court. No, I know.
I'll tell you what, I compare this to the Boston Tea Party.
All right. Oh, sit back to this one. Go ahead. Explain how you think it reminds you of the Boston Tea Party. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, we was getting taxed.
No, go.
Way too much by the British.
We're okay. Go on.
In the large scale of things, this is what, no matter what the history books say later, or who even writes the history later, what you see can be told something different. I didn't see that. I didn't see the same thing as peaceful protest and this. They should all be the same. They should all be categorized as the same thing. Because it's not, the protest.
A peaceful protest.
Right. For what, if you're going to say that for a small number, right. That's the most American thing. And that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't, it compared what happened 2 days ago and by the time this thing will air, which is like 5 or 6 days ago,
Mhm.
you can't forget about it. It's still the only thing that's like being talked about.
True.
But you know, I don't think the two. It's like a small number of people did that, and like a small number of people did all the other stuff that represent the bad parts of Black Lives Matter,
Mhm.
right? Or any movement
Sure. Yeah.
that you feel, right? So I just feel like it should
The
be
extremists.
categories. I think all those things should be categorized as something else other than like it is. If one's a riot, they're all a riot, or if one's a peaceful protest, then they're all a peaceful protest. And
No, I think it's a peaceful protest if you don't destroy things. Like what they did for civil rights was amazing. They would go and just sit down and have a sit-in. Like it was all about doing things in a non-violent way. It's all
Yeah.
Martin Luther King. Malcolm X was a little different
right,
by any means necessary, but like, and it worked. It was slowly. It was a slow process, but it worked. And so I have no problem if you want to do that as a protest in a peaceful way that's respectable, because it gets your point across. Throughout history, that has gotten people's point across. When the English were in India, like that was one of the ways. Like Gandhi starved himself, and that was the time when like media was starting to become like a thing, and then the news in England was reporting on how the English were treating the Indian people. The Indians, they were like malnourished. They weren't. They was just wrong, and it showed in the newspaper, and that actually swayed them from staying there. It was like, no, we're doing the wrong thing. Like these people are being peaceful. They want a change. We should offer them a change. And like that's the only way that change is going to happens is you do it a peaceful way and people explain themselves rather than just people getting angry.
And that's when journalism was journalism. I don't feel like we have that today.
Journalism is still alive in print. Like in newspaper, it is still alive, but it's so much easier to get on your phone and just go right to Facebook. I want to punch every single person that reads an article on Facebook that doesn't think that, like, go to a credible source. Like Fox to an extent is credible, but you have to understand their views. They're very on like the right side.
Not anymore.
Well, they're still on the right. They're still on the right.
But they're not.
They're not endorsing. They're not riding Trump's cock anymore.
Right.
There's a difference. But you just have to. You have to get it from a real news source, not fucking your phone and Facebook. It's terrible.
Yeah. Twitter
is great because you can learn stuff instantly about stuff happening over the world, but you also just get a lot of stuff that isn't accurate because it's anyone can have a voice.
Yeah.
Not everyone should have a voice.
Right.
Like,
so you think what's your beliefs, man?
About
like you don't want people to have like flip phones? Like if you were president, would you go back to flip phones?
No, I mean, I don't care about because it's not up to me. It's about the individual. Like, as I said again, like in America, it's all personal right. If you want to eat cheeseburgers every day and get 300 pounds and like obese and have a heart attack at 55, that's your American fucking right.
But you're also raising their bells as health insurance.
But it's your a few years ago you wouldn't have health insurance, or you'd have health insurance or whatever. But it's just like, if you want to do that and fuck your life up, go ahead and do that. Like that's the way to go. So if you want to like be an idiot and be on your phone all the time and just read what other people, that your friends, that's your own community that have the same views as you, you're never going to expand your mind. Like try to have a conversation or talk to someone that has the opposite views of you. And
that's how we learn from each other.
I know, but people don't do that because they get heated.
I know.
But you have to just talk to people with like, just try to understand where they're coming from.
Right.
And I think everyone always that's what everyone always says, just try to understand the other person. But it's like now more than ever, like everyone needs to calm the fuck down and understand, like, people grew up in other areas that you didn't grow up and have seen things you didn't see.
But also how much in common everybody has with each other.
Well, just even, the stuff in common, but the stuff that isn't in common, like if you were to sit down with someone who grew up in an extremely urban area that you didn't experience, you guys would have some stuff in common, but you'd also learn things about stuff you never knew about.
Yeah. It's both sides.
Yeah. But we don't do that. And I think like media has a lot to do that. They split us apart and it's just like,
that's all they do.
He's white, he's black. Like it's not going to work. It's like, dude, come on. Like,
I know.
We all watch football and we all cheer for teams, and with Hispanic people, black people, Asian people, all root for the same fucking football team. But we can't like stop and be like, you know what? If we just expanded this beyond sports, it'd be cool.
Right.
Like, I don't fucking get it.
I don't either.
That's I don't.
It's really dumb.
I ranted. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's good. I'm glad I didn't interrupt you or get a moo or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was on a roll.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. You need everybody needs to get out there and meet other people that are not like
and you're
them.
gonna meet people that there's a lot of people that I meet that I don't like their views and stuff like that or how they do certain things. But out of that, I can find stuff that I'd be like, you know what, that would, if I did that a certain way, like I don't like people who are like abrasive and pushy and shit like that.
Or don't want to listen.
Yeah. But well, yeah.
Like people that don't want to like even change their ideology. Like that can't change their ideology.
Yeah, who don't even have an open, like there isn't any switching. It's like this is what I am. It's like, dude, if you have that mentality of holding on to one like year in your life where you're like, this is who I am, you're never gonna grow.
Right.
And you're wasting your time because you're gonna be stuck as that one person the
Go
rest
get
of your
your heart
life.
broken, man.
Go fuck yourselves.
Go get your heart broken.
I know.
And come back. Yeah.
Get some bruises.
Yeah,
Get
man.
fucked up. That's what's
break
problem
some
with
bones.
some kids now. Yeah, I've never broken a bone.
You haven't?
Never in my life.
Oh my gosh.
But I think I've had enough other injuries and shit that I can let that slide. Like
I've never been like concussed, so.
How many stones have you had? You ever had a kidney stone?
Just I've had 2.
I've had 2. I'm working on a baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Not that many, but like 6.
That's insane.
That have been painful. And the other ones, sometimes I'm peeing and just like come out. I played 18 holes like last year with my dad. And I was a little uncomfortable when we were playing golf. And I was like, but I wasn't hurting. I was just weird. And then we get back to the house and I take a piss. And just like this big fucking stone comes out. And I was like, word?
Yeah. I had my daughter jumped on my back when we were wrestling around, and like it didn't hurt at all at the time. And then like a day later, I got like down low. It was like everything was painful, and I was like, "What is going on?" No, not my. It was like my balls. My balls were fucking really hurting. And I was like, man. And then it was like, and then it went like my balls just stopped hurting all of a sudden, and then like my lower back was like on fire, and I was like, "What is going on right now?" And then it was like I started peeing, and then it would just like the stream would just like either like really slow down, but the pressure was still there. It didn't change any pressure, and then it would like kind of pick back up. It took like 5 days for that thing to come out, and when it did, it was like and then like I actually reached in the piss bowl and I pulled it out, and it was so little. And I took it out there and showed my wife. She's like, "What's that?" And she thought it was a booger. And I was like, "No, it's a kidney stone." She was like, I was like, "Now I know what it's like to give birth." She didn't talk to me for 3 days. So
well, I tell people I have enough almost to make a necklace, like a pearl necklace, but of kidney stones.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I know some people that would make it for you.
Oh, you know those kind of people?
Yeah.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Hey, it's lots of shops on Etsy.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. Got no people. Yeah, first time I got one, I thought I was all alone in my house, and I was like rolling on the ground. And I was like, "This is it. This is how I'm going. Like it's over, done." And it was like 30 minutes of that. I was like, "This is the slowest death I've ever experienced." I had to like.
Why didn't you call anybody?
Well, no one was home, and at that time I may or may not have had a cell phone. But either way, we got in contact with our neighbor, and he came over to drive me to the hospital. Little did I know this guy's like terrified of hospitals. He has like a phobia of like hospitals. But he was doing this because like I thought I was dying, dude. Thought it was game over.
How old were you?
Like 20.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, 20.
It's God's punishment for not being my best friend.
I didn't know you then. This doesn't make any sense.
Should have.
But yeah, he took me to the hospital and he's like shaking next to me. I was like, I'll be okay, dude. I'm just like really hurt.
How old is this guy?
Like in his like mid 30s at the time. I think.
Oh yeah.
Early 30s. But he just was like terrified of hospitals. So I was like, dude, you can go. I'm good. And then I just stayed there.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he left me.
Like how fast? Like it was like, "Hey, dude," and then he didn't even.
He stayed with me until I think the nurses came, but I don't remember that much of that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do they do? A sonogram to figure out if you're giving birth to kidney stones? What do they do?
No, I don't know. All I remember is being like, I really need some pain medicine because I'm in a lot of pain. They're like, "We can't give it to you until we figure out what's wrong with you." And I think I got an ultrasound. No, I got an ultrasound a week before because I was having some pain in my wiener and I didn't know what was going on. So I like went to my boss. I was working at an office. I went to my boss. I was like, "Hey man, like I don't want to be like weird, but like I have this weird pain in like my balls and stuff." He's like, "Go to the hospital right now." I didn't expect that. It was really funny. I was just like, he's like, "Go, rush." And I like went over there And I explained like to the people who were going on, like, all right, we'll give you an ultrasound. And I go to get an ultrasound, and it's just like this like 26-year-old like
Oh no.
Ultrasound technician.
Oh no.
And I was like, I didn't know they were going to do that. Like, I was just saying I had pain in a certain area, and they're like, all right, we're going to give you an ultrasound. And at that time, I had never had an ultrasound before.
I've
had like 20 now, but
I was 28 till I saw a machine. I didn't know what it looked like.
Yeah, so like, we're going to give you an ultrasound, see what's going on. I was like, awesome. And so they take me in this back room, and the lights are down low, and they like, there's like 26-year-old like specialist comes in, and she's like, all right, where is it at? I was like I'm having like pains in my balls. Like, I didn't know how to explain it. I was like, it feels like someone keeps like flicking me. She's like, all right, you can just lay on this table and pull your pants down. So I'm like, all right, just keep it cool. I like pull my pants down, and then she's like, all right, I'm just gonna have to apply some jelly. And they're like, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I've seen movies. This is gonna be cold as shit. They have like a dispenser.
It's a warmer.
It's fucking
it's
warm.
in a warmer. Yeah.
And
because they're normally doing it to pregnet women.
Sure.
It's not often.
Not
to get
20-year-old.
Yeah, a teenager. You don't call yourself a fucking stud.
So anyway, she progresses with the
millionaire stud
with the exam, and all I remember her saying is, I'm like staring at the ceiling as much.
Don't nobody want all that goddamn salt in the potato salad, Willie.
she's like, yeah, I don't know. She's like, it looks all good, and I was just like, I don't know how to take that. Like,
was it like all the way around? Was she doing like the back?
No, dude. Like, well, I'm laying.
Or is it
down.
just like the front?
I'm laying down with my legs pushed together. So like,
ew,
they're not going underneath.
Yeah.
So they're just sitting right there.
I know, but it's all bunched up. It's just like a lump.
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. Why didn't you spread your legs at all? She told you to keep them together?
Spread them, then they'll just go down.
Yeah, but that gives her some room to play around with. She's just left everything.
This is an no,
I'm playing. I didn't mean like physically, like, ooh, I'm a juggle. No, but
I just followed instructions. So I just did what you said. It's not like I'm going to be like, she's like, put your legs together. I'm like, are you sure you don't want this?
That's what you should have did. No. Why? I know. I'm just playing.
Yeah, I know.
That's just
I'm just terrified of the situation of what's going on.
Sure. Yeah.
But she's like, no, she's like, everything was fine down there, because they were worried like one got like wrapped around or something like that. But she's like, it's all fine. And then like 5 days later, the kidney stone drops.
Oh no!
And that's when I felt like I got shot with a shotgun. I was like brushing my teeth, and I was like, I was like on this hard tile floor, and I was like, what? Like, I thought someone had shot me, and I was just like laying and
Lieutenant Dan.
I was like touching myself with my back. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I like could not move. It was the most crippling pain. The other ones haven't been as bad. That was the worst one I've ever experienced.
Interesting.
It was a good,
yeah. Good stuff. I wanted to play sports in high school, track, and I had to go get a physical. Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, 15 or something.
I already see where this is going. You got a boner with the
I didn't get a boner,
sorry.
but she was very cute, and she was like very young in the military, like a nurse, but like a very low rank.
I thought it had to be a boy doctor.
She said all the other doctors are busy. Do you want me to do it? And I told her, I was like, I don't care. But then I was like, oh my god,
secretary.
I didn't know she was gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very quick. Yeah, it was very quick. And then I didn't. I didn't. I would love for that story to go that way, but no, I was like, it totally blew my mind. When I walked out, my mom was like, how'd it go? I was like, good. I guess I'm good. I got my paperwork. I went to track. And then I told all my friends, of course, but then it was like 1,000 different stories. But truthfully, nothing happened. It was like literally like 4 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she never even looked down there. It was like, she was way professional.
Yeah, you're not gonna have like herpes at like 15. She saw you, was like, this kid's not fucking, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just cup him.
The other doctor put a big V on my forehead before he walked out.
I mean, at that age, I would have been in the same boat. It's okay.
Well, who knows? They're probably back there laughing, like, go mess with this kid.
Yeah. His secretary. No way he figures this out.
Yeah, he's got a lump. And it's, oh shit.
I was always worried when I was like little, like, because I had to get physical starting at like
18 seconds left. Go ahead. You had a physical. Quick.
I just started getting physicals, I guess, when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and I always thought it'd be really weird if like, because your parents take you in there and they sit in the room with you, and then I was like, can you please have some parents leave? And then I can stand here and then they'd be like, yeah, can the parents please leave? And I was like, fucking thank God, that'd be weird.